Hi everyone, my name is Mark Quinn. I'm a tax advisor and chartered financial planner based in Portugal, and I just wanted to do a quick update on the Non Habitual Residence scheme and the end to the scheme with effect from the 1st of January 2024. So the proposal that's been put to Parliament is that the Non Habitual Residence scheme, NHR, will be closed to new entrants from the 1st of January next year, so January 2024. So what does this mean? Well, it means different things for different people. If you already have residency here, but you haven't yet applied for NHR, then do so quickly. Because if you've got your residency status any time in 2023, then the deadline for applying for NHR will be the 31st of March 2024. For those of you that haven't got residency but are able to get residency sometime this year, so before the 31st of December 2023, again, act quickly. Now, if you're an EU citizen, that's going to be very easy because you have the automatic right to reside anywhere in the EU. So it's a matter of coming to Portugal. As long as you've got an address, you can go down to your local town hall or camera and simply apply for a residency certificate. It will cost you €15 and be a very quick process. Unfortunately, if you're a non-EU national, so British people obviously included in that post-Brexit, the process for getting residency is much slower and you have to go through some sort of visa process. And this is where it gets a lot greyer because some consultants we speak to in Portugal are of the view that you need to get your final residency permit in Portugal before you can apply for NHR. Others are telling us that as long as you have the first stage visa stamp in your passport, you're able to apply for NHR based on that alone. So it's a bit confusing at the moment, and really what it's coming down to, from what we can see, is it depends on how each local tax department is interpreting the rules and what they will allow you to get away with essentially. If you have NHR already, you don't need to be concerned because the government has said if you are already a member of the non-habitual residence scheme, your 10 years will be secured. So even though the scheme will be closed to new entrants from January 2024, your benefits will be secured for those 10-year for that 10-year period. But it does raise an important point, and it's something that I've spoken about in previous videos, is you need to plan for the end of NHR. An example of that we see is, for example, on selling UK properties. During NHR, there's no tax here in Portugal on the capital gain. Post NHR, the full gain will be taxable. Another example would be dividends. Again, dividends are tax-free under the NHR programme. After that, it becomes taxable at 28% or 35% if the dividends are being received from a blacklisted jurisdiction. So just be cognizant of the fact that that 10-year window is limited. It does come quickly. Speaking from personal experience, I'm in the last year of my NHR, so do start to plan as early as possible during your NHR period. For future movers to Portugal, so for those of you that aren't going to be able to get in before the end of this year's deadline, so before the 1st of January, it's going to be even more important to do tax and financial planning in advance of your move to Portugal, because under the current proposals you'll be coming here and immediately be subject to standard Portuguese tax rates. Then that's going to mean different things for different people, so it's important to review how it's going to affect your affairs. And again, the order of planning and the steps you take prior to arrival in Portugal and post arrival into the Portuguese tax system. Now, there is a glimmer of hope in these new proposals. So the proposals as they stand at the moment is that the NHR regime will end with effect from the 1st of January 2024. But there's talk about a new tax incentivised scheme being introduced. At the moment, the new incentive scheme is quite narrow in its application because it only applies to a narrow range of occupations and new residents to Portugal. Our hope is that those proposals will be extended. They're currently being debated in Parliament, and we will know more hopefully at the end of November, and at that point I'll do a new update video to keep you updated. However, on a positive note, Portugal can still be a tax effective place to live, even without NHR status. And in fact, many of my clients actually came to Portugal before the NHR scheme was introduced. Portugal continues to be a lovely place to live, very safe, fantastic weather, and as I say, it can still be tax effective as long as you're doing the right planning. I will continue to keep you updated. Please subscribe and like to the channel, and I'll see you soon.